Hey guys, Sean Bougie here. Been a licensed real estate agent since the mid 90s. You can find us, by the way, at surplusfundsriches.net. Different options here: how to flip property with little or no money, how to work with surplus funds and make a ton of money doing that. But today I want to talk about paying attention to property that you own that you're not living in. Paying attention, even property that you're living in, frankly, paying attention to what's going on with the deeds on your property. You need to understand title, if for no other reason than you can get completely screwed out of that property, and it'll take years to unravel that issue. And I'm going to explain to you how guys are screwing people over, and actually in many instances selling the property that they don't even own and walking away with the cash, and now you're stuck with a default judgment for any mortgages that were against the property, and you don't even own the home anymore. Okay? So let's explain how this happens. So let's say you buy a home at Lake Norman. That's close to where I am, so this would be a good example. Let's say I bought a home there, and it was a $1 million home. I'd come into some money. I was able to put $200,000 down. I got an $800,000 mortgage against this property, and I'm Airbnb-ing it or whatever. I bought it for my family. We use it on occasion. It's there as a place as a getaway. Okay. It doesn't have to be 800. Could have been 200, whatever. The money left, right? I own this property, but I'm not there all the time. Or maybe I live up north and I'm coming down. I'm a snowbird, right? I'm coming down during the winter to be in a warmer climate. You know, you could do it at Lake Norman. You could do this in Florida. There's a lot of this stuff going on in Florida. So I'm making my payments. Everything's working out great. I'm not in the property, but maybe 3 months out of the year. And I'm thinking everything's fine. Here's what you don't understand. So what these guys do is they will record a fake satisfaction of debt with the court. Follow me on this. The court doesn't double check deeds. They don't call the person, hey, was this really you? Did this really happen? So when they see satisfaction of, it'll mention satisfaction of debt, mortgage was completely paid off, here's the instrument number, this is referencing, and they just record it. They record that. They fake the whole thing. They have a fake notary signature. They don't have to do it in person. They send it in the mail with whatever payment they have to for recording fees and tax stamps, or not tax stamps, but recording fees for that. They send that in, and the court records it. Now, nobody's the wiser. The court doesn't tell the bank, hey, thanks so much for recording the satisfaction. They never get up with the bank. The bank doesn't know this has happened. Meanwhile, the owner's still making their payments, so there's no issue at all. What else do they do? Well, then these guys record a fake deed, transferring ownership from the owner to them. And they can even have a fake ID and open up an account, right? They can open up a checking account with a fake ID, and they can deed it to themselves with this fake ID, right? And social security number. These guys, you can go into almost any courthouse. This is going to scare a lot of you guys. Almost any courthouse, pull up the state files, and half the time they haven't redacted social security numbers. It's ridiculous. Okay. So what they do is they record a deed transferring the property from that owner. They fake signatures and all that. They've got the old deed. They've got rather the mortgage, so they can see a signature from the owner giving the mortgage to the bank. So they know what that looks like. They get a fake notary signature, a fake notary seal, and they send that off and record it. And now they've been staking out the property for the last year or two. They know that you use that property typically between November and February. Okay. So they go in and they contact a realtor and say, hey, I want to sell my house. Here's a copy of the deed, by the way. I own it. There's nothing owed against it. I know it's worth $1 million. I'll take 800. I don't care. I need to get out quick. Realtor gets excited. Realtors don't check title, but even if they did, they'd go, oh, yeah, deed's in his name. It's cool. Look, got an ID. It's cool, right? You think attorneys check? They just make a copy of that driver's license. That's all they do, right? That's it. And then they get the checking information where the account is, of where they need to wire the money. So what these guys do is they'll list it when they know the people aren't going to be there till November. It's the middle of June, height of the selling season. They put the thing on the market for $200,000 under the value, sell it quickly. Money gets transferred to the account. By the way, bank hasn't been notified because there's no bank to notify. The last thing that shows up in title is that mortgage was paid off. Nobody's notified of that. The ex-owner isn't notified because as far as the court's concerned and the attorney, they transferred the deed into this other guy's name, right? They sold it to him. So that guy goes ahead, sells the property, closes the account out, moves it, and gets the hell out of Dodge. Do you guys understand why it's important to watch your title?